volleyball action continues this weekend at the UAAP with 4 exciting games, including a big one between early leaders LaSalle and UP. Now, joining us today to discuss this weekend's exciting matches, we have Doc AJ Pareja and Miss Charo Soriano. Parang Miss Charo Soriano. Parang ano yun, parang artista yan, Miss Charo.
Parang napaka-formal
Miss Charo Soriano.
Sir Vico.
Okay. So we'll preview this weekend's matches, and we're gonna do it by getting a prediction kasi gusto mag-predict ni Doc AJ. I tried to discourage him, but he really wants to do it.
So, I want to hear his prediction.
Yeah, okay. So
also.
we'll start with the FPU UST game. That's the first game on March 2. UST FPU, Doc AJ, what's your prediction?
Well, I think it's going to be a long match, probably a 5-setter, stretch it out, because out of all the teams, if I'm not mistaken, only FEU and USC are still using the old rotation setter middle open compared to the what's new today, that's setter open middle. And that's very exploitable in terms of passing and reception. FEU has an aggressive setter and aggressive middles, while UST have aggressive wing spikers. So if FEU edge out the reception of UST by exploiting the weakness of the rotation, at least they can get the match. But it's gonna be a 5-setter because both teams contrast each other.
I love the confidence. It's going to be a 5-setter. Miss Charo Soriano, agree or disagree?
I highly agree. I concur with Doc AJ's prediction. It's gonna be a long game for sure. It's gonna be a lot of counter-attacks for both teams. Both teams have very good defense, and I believe that you're gonna see a lot more combination plays from attackers on the FEU side. Negrito is very, very good. We have seen her also in the past games, how she uses her middle spikers as a threat para magkaroon sila ng very good combination plays. And it has been working, but you're right also, passing is very important for them to be able to do so.
I really hope you guys can see into the future para maging 5-setter, because that's going to be great. That's going to be so fun to watch. LaSalle versus UP. This is going to be fun to watch. Your prediction, Doc AJ?
Well, if you remember last year, during this time is when LaSalle was upset by Adamson, and they were almost at the edge of being an upset by a young rookie team in NU. And of course, Coach Ramil wouldn't have much of that anymore. So it's probably their training towards UP is not much very tactical, but more of psychological. And we saw that last year. After that Adamson game, LaSalle was just on a warpath and decimated everyone straight into the final. So if they will continue to dominate in their best asset, which is serving, it's going to be a problem for UP to actually set up their wings.
Agree or disagree?
I agree. I think it's going to be a 4-setter match, plus minus on points we're in. You're right also. Whoever will serve harder in this game will probably win it. And I think as well, both teams have a very good options, a lot of options in terms of attacks. So it's going to be, again, hard serves, better passes, and it's really up to the setters who they give the ball to.
All right, but the edge, both of you give the edge to the Lady Spikers.
Yes.
Yes. Let's go to the Sunday games. Ateneo versus UE. This UE team, they're confident heading into this game. Your prediction, Doc AJ?
I think Ateneo will still have this, but it's gonna be a very tough match against a very gritty UE squad. Because Ateneo, so far, based on their previous matches, they have to fix themselves first before they worry about the opponents. And yun yung medyo problem ni Coach Oliver ngayon is they have to worry about themselves first instead of looking forward into the strategy of the enemy first. So they're gonna be struggle initially how to adjust in the defense of UE, but once Coach Oliver gets the tactic for that, it's gonna be easier for them.
Agree or disagree, Charo?
Wow, I really agree. I love it. I love it. Another thing that I wanted to point out is UE, we can sense how hungry they are, how excited they are when they play. And at the same time, on the opposite end, we have seen also Ateneo struggles in the past games. We know how mentally tough these girls are, these ladies are. But I think they need to be a lot more confident when they start off a game, because UE for sure will have fun in this game right after the win, yesterday's win against Adamson in 4 sets.
Are you predicting that someone will win this in 4 sets, Doc AJ?
Ateneo.
Ateneo, that's your prediction. Okay. Finally, NU versus Adamson. These are 2 challenge teams. Adamson, they're trying to get out of this funk. NU, this is the setterless team. They're adjusting your prediction for this match, Doc AJ.
Well, I think NU will ride on their momentum coming from that LaSalle match. Even if they lost, they know they actually played really well. With regards to Adamson, it's really very psychological. They're on a losing streak since the PVL Open Conference.
So this has less to do with talent and more to do with a psychological situation.
Yeah, you mentioned that NU is using their backup setter. And with regards to the previous matches of Adamson, it's really the setter that's in a disconnect with the spikers because the floor defense has been on point for Adamson. It's just the translation to the attack. So if the setters will find their groove once more, then it's going to be really for Adamson, that match. But as long as there's that psychological barrier that they haven't won a single game since the PVL Open Conference, it's going to be tough for them.
Agree or disagree, Miss Charo?
I agree. I also would like to point out that Adamson has been passing very well. They've been attacking also. There's a lot of attempts, but there is lack of conversion. So I think if Adamson makes less errors and they just keep on passing and giving the ball to NU. NU's a rookie team. Although we know how dominant and aggressive they can be, they are more prone to errors also because of the fact that they're younger. But again, if Adamson is stable enough in terms of not making errors and not losing their cool and really focusing on their game, instead of actually focusing on NU's game, then I feel that Adamson can get this one. But we have seen the spirit. The NU is on a high now. They're like UE. So I feel like it's a blessing actually what happened that
Losing the setter.
losing it. It's unfortunate, but again, they all stepped up. I mean, the libero has been giving a lot of good passes to the setter, knowing for a fact that she wasn't the first setter. So everybody's trying to adjust, and it's a very good attitude for the team.
They're rising to the challenge.
Yes,
That's
they're always
the most
looking
important
out
thing.
for one another.
FU versus UST, UP versus LaSalle on Saturday, Ateneo versus UE, Adamson versus NU on Sunday. Thank you, Doc AJ and Miss Charo Soriano. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sir Miko.
This has been The Score. I'm Miko Halili. Catch this episode at sports.abs-cbn.com. You can also watch The Score episodes on iWant for free. We leave you now with more exclusive interviews from the recent NBA All-Star Weekend, as well as the latest Vince Venture episode with Vince Velasco trying his hand on table tennis. We'll see you all on Monday. Great job, guys.
And for today's Vince Venture, we learn table tennis from the Collegiate Masters. The University of Santo Tomas captured a golden double after their men's and women's team ruled over the UAAP Season 81 table tennis tournament. It was a sweet victory, especially for the Golden Tigresses, who finally ended their 12-year title drought.
Coach, I want to start with you. Ano yung feeling maging champion?
It's a great feeling and overwhelmed kasi we made it.
Now siya, Rookie of the Year. How was that like for you?
I just did my best. I fought hard. I trained hard. Then that's it.
How was Coach like throughout your championship season?
She always reminds us that we can do it. We just have to believe in ourselves that yung buong taon namin or years nang pinaghandaan namin, this is the time to bring it on.
I am the rookie here. Hopefully you guys can teach me how to play table tennis properly. Are you willing to teach me?
Yeah.
Table tennis is a fast-moving game. There are different kinds of shots. Push shots is the basic skill of just pushing. The drive is an offense stroke from sideways moving forward. The smash is taken from the top, pushing downward. Top spin, it is an execution taken from the top point of the ball.
So we've learned a lot of offensive shots. Now it's time to go to the defensive side.
The defensive shots is a case-to-case basis from the opponent's return. The common is blocking. When they push or drive, you just need to block. A drop shot is an execution performed by the opponent who is far from the table. For you to make him outbalance, you just drop his return.
When it came to the defensive moves, I found out is about control and timing. You can't let your emotions get the best of you. You have to find the proper angle and aim always for control.
Thank you very much, ladies. The champion team from season 81. I'm sure a lot of people will try out. And that wraps up our table tennis session for today. Keep it here for more Vince Ventures, only here on The Score.